Hey everyone, I've never wrapped exhaust in my life before, but I went online and looked at some videos and got some good tips. And this is just, um, uh, let's just say, a supplement to the tips that I've seen online, a few things that I've learned or tricks that I've tried that have worked that I didn't see anywhere else. So again, I'm no expert. I'm absolutely a newbie at this, but maybe this will help. I know that I'll get some feedback, and that's good because if I'm doing it wrong, I need to know a better way. So first thing I would suggest is get yourself some real rubber gloves. I've been using the disposable ones, but by the time I get a quarter way up the pipe, they're shredded and I'm wrapping in bare hands. I'm using Lava Wrap, which is not quite as bad as the fiberglass wraps as far as being irritable, but it still does get into your skin a little bit and it's a little bit irritating. Not too bad, you can live with it, but I prefer not to have to live with it. So the other thing too is you notice here I have a plastic zip tie. I use that to get started. I don't want to waste the stainless steel bands that come with the kit if I goof up. So I just went ahead and used plastic zip ties, and then when I go back and I've got it the way I want it, I go back and put on the stainless steel ones. Another thing is I see a lot of people working on the bench or whatever, and I've decided to go ahead and leave mine on the bike. Now my bike gives me the option to, swing the exhaust pipe out and kind of just tighten it down, and it holds it nicely for me. It's a lot easier for me than trying to put it in a clamp or a vise or anything like that. So if that works. The other thing is if you need to take a break and you have to go to the bathroom or something and you don't want to lose your progress, another zip tie where you stopped so that you can start up again. Of course, hose clamps would work really great for that too. Now this next little trick is probably the one I'll get the most criticism for. It's kind of goofy, but it just seemed to work for me. Of course, you have to get the product wet. If I can tilt this far enough, there we go. You have to get the product wet before you can put it on so that it stretches better. And what I decided to do is go ahead and leave it right in the bucket. And as I'm wrapping around here, of course, it's going to twist when I do this. So I just turn the bucket one turn for each time I do that, and it doesn't get wrapped up. Easy for me. Again, not maybe the best idea, but it's something I thought of that might help. So this next one, again, I don't know if this is the way to do it, but I haven't seen it on any other videos, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on here and maybe get some feedback on the right way to do it. But when you do this, no matter how hard you try to stretch, the leading edge is going to gap a little bit. It's just the nature of the beast. If you don't get a gap, then you're going straight across and you don't make any progress, even a little bit backwards. So what I've decided to do is when I have that happen, I go ahead and take this and tuck it underneath, put the wrap around. Obviously I'm holding the camera, so it's a little harder, but I make sure that that fold, which is going to show, is on the inside and toward the bottom of where the exhaust will finally set up so nobody has to see it. That's the only way I know to do it. If there's another way to get that gap out of there, I'd sure like to know about it. Of course, I'm skipping the other basics like, just fold over the edge before you start. Make sure you make a full wrap around. Overlap, I'm doing a 2/3 overlap, which may be a bit excessive. Probably a half overlap is fine. I ordered plenty of wrap, so I guess I'm wasting some of it, but it turned out pretty good on the other side. Um, Basically, those are the things. Stretch it tight, fold it over, work your way up. Use a little bit extra when you get to any kind of a joint or a bend. You might need a little extra to make sure you cover all the pipe, but with a 2/3 wrap, probably not. You can keep it pretty uniform. So that's it. If you got comments, please head them over my way. Thank you. Oops.